The Big Rab Show Podcast is kindly sponsored by G1 Reeds. They are the champion's choice, with many bands around the world playing G1 products, providing everything you need to hit the circle or the big stage. So check out g1reeds.com as they keep the lights on here at the Big Rab Show Podcast. Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Big Rab Show Podcast. And, this one's a special episode because you might have seen this is episode 500. Yeah, it's such a crazy milestone, and honestly, we never thought we would get this far. That is honestly just an insane number, and we can't quite wrap our heads around it. But we're about to get into possibly one of our most fun episodes of the year that we do each and every year, our World's Prediction Podcast, where we bring together the Rab Show Team and the Oracle to give us opinions on all things World Championships, and we do our best to pick out who we believe will be the winners. But we'll get into that. But first of all, let's get through our introductions then, shall we? If this is your first ever Big Rab Show podcast, well, what a time to join us. You are welcome. We are the show for the bagpiping folk. We reflect everything in the bagpiping world, be it Celtic music, folk music, or indeed our bread and butter, which is competitive piping and drumming. Each and every week, we're here talking about what we know and love to be the music of the Great Highland Bagpipe and its people. And yeah, like every other podcast out there, we do have a Patreon. So if you do want to help support the show, well, you absolutely can. There's a link in your show notes right now where you can click on support and you get your hands on loads of extras. Now I'm talking, our weekly Fuse FM Ballymoney radio show is available to download, and well, last night was our World Championship special. That was all sorts of great fun, so thank you to everyone who did tune in live. But if you missed it, you can get it on Patreon. We also have episodes of Rab Show Plus. We have the postscript as well. There's also our Fly on the Wall documentary series. That's been a lot of fun to put together. And the month of July is up there. And if you do want to see what the Rab Show team has been up to throughout the month of July, well, go and check it out. It's been a lot of fun producing that. So, yeah, go and check it out. Be part of the Patreon faithful because, every click of that button means the world to us. And in return, you become immediately awesome.
Well, hello, pals and dames. The Patreon faithful are awesome. Solid send. The whole bunch is simply scrumptious. The Patreon faithful are awesome.
Yes, they are. So do consider clicking on that button, getting your mitts on all of those juicy extras, and you'll be safe in the knowledge that you're supporting your favourite wee piping podcast, and that you are awesome. Indeed. Now, normally at this stage in the podcast, we would open the door to listener mail and weekly drone and all of that sort of stuff, but we're not doing that this week. This is quite a special episode, and as you can imagine, we're going to dedicate quite a bit of time talking all things World Championships. Yeah, so we're about to get into that. But before we do, those of you who are eagle-eared amongst you might have heard that we have a new introduction to the podcast this week. And a lot of you will be going, oh, hold on, that sounds different. Well, I figured at this point we should possibly explain just what exactly you just heard at the start of the show. Well, as this is our 500th episode and a huge milestone for all of us here in the show, well, I'm sure you know by now. Right now, at the point of me recording this, we are going to be in Glasgow for Pipe and Live Festival. We're running a huge live event at Pipe and Live, celebrating 500 episodes. And whenever we announced it and the lineup and everything, tickets were selling like crazy. So we're dead excited to see you folks in Glasgow for our celebratory event tomorrow. Looking forward to it. But whenever the announcement went out, we also got contacted by a good friend of the show, Lincoln Hilton, who said to us, "Hey, Rab, you've been playing Big Rab's 200th out on the show for your introduction, haven't you? I said, yeah, Lincoln, absolutely. It's great to hear from you. And we love the tune. Thank you. And then he said something that really shook me, and I've been keeping it quiet until now. He said, well, I think it's about time we refresh that, don't you? And I absolutely lost my mind. So, yes, shout out to Lincoln Hilton. He sent us the following voice message for this week's show.
Hey Rab, hope you're doing well, and congratulations on reaching 500 episodes. What an incredible milestone. You know, when you hit 200 episodes, I was thinking, oh my goodness, how has he got 200 already? So I wrote Big Rab's 200th to celebrate that occasion. And here we are, we're in the 500th episode. So it only seems fitting to write a brand new tune for this milestone as well. And you could probably guess what I'm going to name it. It's called Big Rab's 500th. Congratulations again on such an amazing achievement. You make such a huge contribution to the piping and drumming community you don't even know. It's always awesome to hear the podcast and see all the content you're putting out online. Keep it up. Looking forward to seeing what's next. And here's the next 500.
Now, isn't that insane? Thank you so much, Lincoln. Even at that, your voice message and the potential of having a new tune written for us for episode 500 is just insane. So, yeah, that tune that you heard at the start of the show was our brand new title tune called Big Rab's 500th. So I think at this point I should possibly play it in entirety without me talking over the top of it. So, yeah, here it is. Big Rab's 500th. By Lincoln Hilton. Mate, wow. Do you know what? I have listened to that so many times now, and it's just incredible. Come on. That is quintessential Lincoln Hilton right there, and that's Big Rab's 500th. Now, I do believe that tune will be available, you know, all the dots on the page, including the harmonies, all of that stuff will be available on mdpiping.com. So if you do want to check all that out, that is available. Shout out to Lincoln for that. That's so amazing when you get tunes written for you. So that's just incredible. Thank you, Lincoln. So, right, before we get into the topic and everything, I do have to talk briefly about a little bit of history of the Big Rab Show podcast. 500 episodes is no mean feat. That amount of work is not lost on me. We have had now 500 episodes of the show without ever missing a single week. Yeah. Now, we have been through the mill during that 500 episodes, and, well, what we plan to do here on the Big Rab Show, we do plan at a future date to do a proper retrospective. We do want to look back over such a huge legacy of 500 episodes. There's been some incredible interviews, some topics of the week that we think are vitally important, and because of the sheer volume of work that we've produced, a lot of that stuff does get buried and is lost to the annals of time. So there are some real standout moments of the show that we do want to get into and remind people, hey, if you haven't heard episode 200 on whatever, or episode 300 and whatever, do you know what I mean? Then we're going to point you in the direction of those shows. We're going to do a proper retrospective, talking all about our history here on the show of 500 episodes. And yeah, so we are going to spend a bit of time doing that. This episode right now is not the time for that. This is World's Week, folks. It's this is our Christmas, for goodness sake. It's the best time of year to be a piping fan. And yeah, we are very glad that you've managed to join us on the show for what we hope will be quite an entertaining episode of our World's Prediction Pod. But yes, for everyone asking, yes, we will do a proper retrospective and a look back of all of those 500 episodes. So we'll throw the doors open to you folks. If you do want to let us know which episode over those 500 has been your particular favorite, then please do email us in bigrabshow@gmail.com. That address again, bigrabshow@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts. Yeah. Now, a good number of you, we did ask if anyone wanted a shout out on episode 500. If anyone did, just send us in an email. And unfortunately, we got so many, it would make your head spin. So to everyone who has sent in well wishes and congratulations and all of that, thank you. It does mean the world to us here on the Rab Show team to know that we have such a listener base, and all of you who have been in contact with us have been so congratulatory. It's just been brilliant to read all of those. So thank you. Your message has been received. Apologies, we're not going to be able to shout out every one of you because there's been too many. I know that sounds almost very big-headed, doesn't it? But yeah, genuinely, we've got so many emails about this. It's just, yeah, crazy. We're not going to sit here and read a hashtag list because we've drew criticism for that before. But yeah, shout out to all of you who've been so supportive of the show, what us and the team have been doing. And hey, 500 episodes is nuts. So we're about to get into our World Championship Prediction Podcast. And I have no doubt we're going to get some emails on this one. But hey, it's the best week to be a piper or a drummer, drum major, or even just a fan in general. It's such an exciting time. And we're about to get into all things World Pipe Band Championships. Man, what a way to kick off the show, and it's only going to get better. So I'll take myself a wee break, and then we will welcome the full team, and we'll get into all things World Championships. Ever wish you had a piping teacher on call 24/7? Well, now you do. Introducing the Interactive Player, a game-changing new practice tool at Dojo University. Play along with world champion pipers while the notes on your sheet music light up in time. Loop tricky phrases, slow down tough sections, zoom in to focus, and build speed automatically. It's like having a teacher right in your practice room, showing you how to master every tune at your own pace. So, sign up for a free trial today at pipersdojo.com and start learning smarter with Dojo U's Interactive Player. So, by way of an introduction, cheekers, what a start to the show. But right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. So this is our World's Prediction Podcast where we're going to get into everything World Championships. We'll go through all of our drum majors, all of the grades, and we're going to give you our thoughts. But from the very outset, before I even introduce the team that we have here today, I'm going to say this. This is a bit of crack, as they say here in Northern Ireland. It's a bit of fun. We are not experts in this field. We're all just fans. And we've been following the season and enjoying every moment of it. So if we do neglect to mention you personally or your bands, your organization, any of that, please don't think that by omission means that we're not going to be watching you, because we will. And we will absolutely be wrapping everything up in a World's Wrap-Up podcast like we do every year, and we can talk about how dreadfully Big Rab got it wrong.
Stuff the Rab got wrong.
That we do every year. But apart from one fellow who gets it always right, but we'll introduce them in a minute. So, right, let's get into the introductions then of everyone we have joining us on the team for the World's Prediction Pod this year. First of all, welcome to Stuart. Stuart Campbell, how are you, Stuart? Are you well?
I'm very well. How are you?
The best, mate, yeah. How have you found putting your predictions together?
A bit of a pickle.
That's a very polite way of saying it. You didn't swear, so well done. Yeah.
Bit of a pickle. Spent the best part of this afternoon trying to whittle it down, and hopefully I've got somewhere.
Yeah, I think this season there's a story to tell here. We'll get into that before we even get into our predictions. Also joining us as well, you're a pipe major, Stuart, so you had to behave yourself. Cammy Wilson. Cammy, how are you, mate? Are you well?
Yeah, I'm very well, Rab. Thanks very much for having me.
And how have you found this prediction process?
Very difficult. I think it's in loads of different grades. There's been lots of different winners, and like sometimes it's really difficult to pick out even 2 or 3 standout bands. Yeah. So yeah, quite difficult. But Yeah, quite confident with some of them, but we'll see how we go.
Oh, I love that. Oh, confidence. I love that. We'll have to bring you back for the wrap-up then and then rip you to bits. Yeah. So next up we have Ewan Mitch. Ewan, how are you, mate? How did you find everything?
Well, this is just a nightmare, to be honest. It's like, yeah, I think I would just rather pin the tail on a donkey. I basically did that, I just went through it thinking, I picked one or two probably safe bets, but I'm hoping I'm going to throw a little curveball into one or two. So,
oh, a few spanner in the works. I love that.
Can see. Yeah.
Can see. Yeah. Now, also joining us from quite a distance away from South Africa, we have Siobhan Nodye. Siobhan, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, and yourself?
Good, yeah. Well, I'm dead nervous about the show, actually, and just how wrong we're going to get it. But we're going to have fun trying to figure it out. How did you find the process of the predictions?
Quite exciting. Obviously being so far away, it's been a bit difficult because I haven't been able to hear the bands in person. But I did my best listening to recordings and speaking to some of the folks back home and just seeing, how we could put this together. But it's been very cool.
So you consulted with your own panel of experts there, Siobhan, have you?
Yes, the whole of the South African community.
I love that. Excellent. Well, next up, we have Adrian. Adrian Smighton. Adrian, how are you, man?
Not so bad.
I'm hoping you're going to be our resident expert when it comes to drum majoring, because I found that a nightmare, mate.
It's not easy this year.
No, that's horrible. Yeah. Right. Also, we have to welcome back the Oracle, who gets it right pretty much every year. Don't you? Welcome back, Scott Cunningham, the Oracle. He gets it expertly
still
correct.
Not used to the music.
I tell you, mate, it's scary good how your predictions go each year.
I'm still working through. You'd set me the task of going through my previous podcasts and figuring out how many I've got right. So I've been doing that at the minute, but I'll have to put it along with what goes wrong this year too, and then work it all together.
I see. Okay. Well, we'll get a statistical wrap up from yourself then to see just how accurate the Oracle is. Excellent stuff. So, folks, I think we are going to start with the nightmare that is drum majors. And I mean that in the best possible way, because this year, 2026 for drum majoring has been intensely competitive. We've spent so much time talking about M&D preference being the decider here. And I think that's the tail of the tape. Margins are so slim here with drum majoring that the only way to split them is M&D. So I am going to throw the door open to, hopefully, our drum majoring expert. Adrian, I'm going to start with you, man, and our junior drum majors. Now, I know we could shout out everybody within each bracket here, but is there anyone you have your eye on in particular for juniors?
Well, as maybe some of you know, some of you don't. Junior section at the majors is a mixture of our novice and junior together.
Yeah.
So I couldn't actually pick one winner. I have it between two.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
They're Charlotte Adamson and Molly Bell.
Yes, from Moneygore. Yeah. I had exactly the same thing. Yeah. Now, I do have quite a number of other honourable mentions as well, but I'll keep those to myself. I'm hoping the rest of you will come up with a bit of a list there. So, Ewan, what about yourself, mate, for the junior level?
Okay, so yeah, obviously over here we have the juniors and the juveniles. So I think we'll go with the juniors for here. I'm going to put the money on Willow Rose Elliott. Think she, probably the two dark horses, but they're not dark horses, is obviously Molly Bell and Hannah Campbell from Grandshire.
Of course.
Yeah. And with the juveniles,
we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Oh, no, we're not. Sorry. Yeah,
we will get the juveniles. Don't worry. You're getting ahead of the game there, you. You just
I know.
want to get
Sorry.
this over and done with. Yeah. Rip the Band-Aid up. Yeah. So, Stuart, I'm going to throw it to yourself, mate. Junior drum majors. Any thoughts?
For juniors, I'm going to go with Molly Bell. She's had 3 wins so far, I think. So, and my dark horse is Willow Rose Elliott. I think she's climbing the ladder, nipping at the heels. So it's going to be between they two, definitely.
There you are. I love that. Yeah, so that's kind of my pick as well. I'm going to get into mine now. Molly Bell was top of my heap because obviously after lifting those couple of majors, it's definitely set her up well for this. But you just don't know. There are so many other names in the mix. So Willow Rose has been given a shout a few times. I'm also going to mention Molly McMahon, Charlotte Adamson, but also Harry Couples as well. It's had quite a good season as well, on that prize list. Yeah, so just a few names I'm going to throw in the mix there to keep an eye on. Yeah. Cammy, what about yourself, mate, then, for your junior drum majors? Any names?
Fairly similar. I've went for the winner, Harry Couples from Major Sinclair, I think.
Ah, there you go.
And a dark horse is Charlotte Adamson. This is purely off of just a bit of analysis of the results over the course of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, Harry, I think he's snuck a couple of major minors and whatever, and seems to do pretty well. So that's what I'm going to stick with.
Love that. Good stuff. So, Siobhan, what about you? Have you chosen any drum majors on your junior level?
I had pretty much the same as everyone. My winner was actually Molly McMahon.
Oh, yes. Love that.
Yes, yeah.
Go on, Molly.
Yeah, my dark horse was Holly Gracie.
Oh, yes. A name that hasn't been mentioned yet. That's a good shout. And so far, the only person's mentioned it. So, Siobhan, if they win, hey, you get bragging rights. I knew it all along, Excellent. So let's go to the Oracle. Who is going to win Oracle at our junior level? Who's going to lift that top spot?
I had Charlotte Adamson from the Major Sinclair Memorial.
Yes, go on, Charlotte. Yeah, good number of us actually mentioning her there. Yeah.
She's had a real good season. And then my two dark horses were Harry Couples from Surla and Willow Rose Elliott.
There you are. So, I don't know. For everyone in that junior bracket, though, if we haven't shouted you out, again, omission is by no means that you're not going to be in that discussion, because you absolutely are. The margins are so slim. Speaking of slim margins, Ewan, you're very keen to get into the juvenile grade, mate, so let's go with you first of all. Who have you got at juvenile?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to split the winner. I'm going to say Caris Graham from Down Pipes and Drums.
Yes.
And again, there's no dark horses really in these grades, but I'm going to go with Lydia Todd from Neilston or Catherine Spears from Burnt Island.
Just there you go.
A Scottish one in there.
Yeah. Well, Carrie's has had such a dominant season this year so far, lifting every major this year. Has everyone pretty much got Carrie's pegged as being a possible favourite? Everyone's nodding their head to me on the screen. Yeah. Yeah, Carrie's has had a blistering season this year. So we wish you well, Carrie's. I'm sure everyone will wish you well. Absolutely. Right, so let's get into the dark horse discussion then, because we know Carrie's is going to be top of everyone's list. So we've had a couple of names there. You had Lydia Todd and Catherine Spears.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oracle, I'm going to throw it to you, mate, then. Have you got any other dark horses you want to chuck in there?
So I was a bit like you, and I had Lydia Todd from McNeilstown as a dark horse, but my other one was Grace Surfless from Clough-Finn.
Oh, yes, Grace.
Oh, he's in around the prizes too at home here, so.
Yes, especially domestically, she's doing really well. Yeah. Oh, man.
It's hard to judge. I don't see many of the Scottish ones, whereas Adrian sees them when he's at the majors and stuff. So I can only go off kind of what you know from home. So it sounds a bit biased that they're all home from majors. Yeah. Apologies.
Oh, no, here it's completely reasonable. Yeah. So Adrian, you have that experience with standing and filming the juvenile grade. Is there any other names that we should be chucking in the mix here? I don't know. We could go through the whole draw, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could. My dark horses, Lydia Todd is one of them, and Georgia Tarkington.
Oh yeah, Georgia, of course. She lifted the Ulsters there. Yeah, so brilliant weekend's work from Georgia. So you just don't know. Yeah. Stuart, what about yourself, mate? Have you any other names to throw in?
My dark horse is Catherine Spears. Again, she's been climbing the ladder, nipping at the heels. So hopefully that's my dark horse.
There you go. Yeah. Siobhan, any other further names?
I actually had the same as pretty much everyone. The Catherine Spears was my dark horse.
There you go. Catherine's getting plenty of shout-outs here in the show. No pressure, Catherine. Yeah. Cammy, what about you, mate? Who have you got?
Yeah, spot on, just the same as everyone else. Obviously, Caris to win it, and then Catherine Spears from Burnt Island. Burnt Island have got a really good program. I think there's 4 or 5 juvenile or junior drum majors. Plus, I think it's Graham Wise is the adult drum major. They get around loads and loads of the minor contests here. So Catherine Spears seems to be the one to watch, other than Caris.
There you go. So yeah, getting those reps in can be really important for drum majoring. You know, getting those lengths, getting that time in front of a clipboard, it's all important. Yeah. Another name I don't think we've heard mentioned yet, Sadie Jackson. I'm going to throw that into the mix. There's a few others as well in that juvenile section that can absolutely cook, to use one of my phrases. If they get a great weekend, they can absolutely clean up. But there's so many variables with drum majoring. I want to talk about that as we get into our adults here, because dress, M&D, difficulty of flourishing, everything comes into play with drum majoring. And juvenile section, I don't know, mate. Darts at a dartboard. Good luck to all of you. Even though we are cheering on for Caris because she's had such a successful season this year. So best of luck, Caris. Right, adult grades. I'm going to throw myself under the bus here, first of all. I'm going to say that my predicted winner, now I agonized over this for what felt like hours. Emma Barr. Ooh, I don't know. Emma's had a very strong season so far, and she's lifted the worlds before. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. She's such a talented drum major, and I reckon it could be her weekend. We just don't know. But a couple of dark horses, in fact, maybe a half dozen I have written here. I'm going to mention our defending world champion, Jamie Couples, of course. Jamie, honestly, with that win last year, was just amazing. What a moment. And since then has been ultra competitive ever since. I'm also going to mention Jamie Lee Wilson as well. Has had a stellar season and always a drum major to pay attention to, in my opinion. But there's also so many other names that I could mention here. The only way to split these drum majors in adult grade specifically has been M&D. And has anyone else noticed that as you've been trawling through the results about how slim the margins are? Yeah, everyone's nodding. Yeah, we're on a podcast, folks. We can't hear you. Yeah. It's so slim. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, right, well, as we're talking about our adults, and I've thrown myself under the bus with a prediction for our adults, I'm going to go to Siobhan, first of all, then, for our adult drum majors. Who have you got as our potential winners?
So I got to watch this person in South Africa last year because they came over. I had Emma Barr in first place.
Oh, go on, Emma. That's 2 votes for Emma. Excellent. So who else have you got for any dark horses then, Siobhan?
I had Jamie Lee Wilson on there as well, and Louise Smitten.
Oh, go on, Louise. There you go. Yes. Well, if anything, Adrian, I'm going to chat to you a wee bit about Louise later on. She's had a cracking good season, but yeah, there you go. Stuart, what about you, mate? Adult drum majors.
I'm the same as you. I've gone with Emma Barr for the win.
Wow, that's 3 votes. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're in trouble.
Again,
Okay.
strong season, previous winner. And my dark horse is Louise.
Ooh,
That's
another
my dark
vote for
horse.
Louise.
Yeah, again, she's climbing the ladder. She's up there, so she could definitely win it.
100%. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. You could be on the money there, folks. Cammy, I'm going to throw it to yourself, mate. Adult drum majors. Go ahead.
My winner, I've got Jamie Lee Wilson, but yes. I also did toy around with Emma Barr as my winner as well. As my dark horse, now I might make him into the pronunciation here, but I believe he's the drum major from Simon Fraser University, Jason Pacquiao.
Jason Pacquiao, yeah.
Yes, I believe he has won it before, or certainly been in the prizes. And I think there's like videos of him from the SFU concert from a few years ago up on stage with the mace. So nice. Yeah, just a wee dark horse in there.
Shout out to Jason. Excellent stuff. Ewan, you're looking so perplexed, mate. I'm going to deliberately pick on you. Adult drum majors, go ahead.
I kind of predicted that most of the team might say Emma Barr.
Right.
So I haven't gone for Emma. I've gone for who I think, as Stuart says, been working her way up. I am going to put my head in the line and say Louise Smighton from Close Kelp.
Go on, Louise.
And obviously, they're not dark horses, but I think Jamie Couples from Rivara, Emma Barr from Field Marshal, and I'm the same as the camera there, the SFU guy.
Jason.
Yes. I'm just saying, previous winners, Yeah, but yeah, I'm going to lay my head in line and say Louise Smighton.
There you go.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Oracle, give it to us. Who is actually going to win?
I'm a bit like you, and I've gone completely different to everybody. So I actually have Kathy Hunter from Monaghan Cunningham.
Yes, go on, Kathy Hunter. Yeah.
I was saying to Adrian when I was chatting to him before, the bit that took me was, as far as I'm aware, she's only competed at the Scottish so far this year.
Right, yeah.
So that was her first run out. She finished second in the adult grade.
See, there you go. And that's one of the dynamics of this season. There's been a lot of drum majors that hasn't travelled for major championships. So this is the kind of, first or second time for a lot of these drum majors to compete against each other? Yeah. There you go.
I think just think she was possibly away at uni or something, just going from what other people's told me. So, but obviously she hasn't lost. What she's obviously been practicing while she hasn't been competing. As for dark horses, as Ewan says, there's no dark horses. They're all experienced. I had Louise Smighton from Closskeld. And then the other one was our experienced past winner was Cara Gilmore from Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, go on, Cara. Yes. Cara's been consistently in the prizes, so that's a good shout, actually. Yeah.
Both Cara and Louise consistent all season, be it
absolutely
home contests or majors.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Right. Adrian, talk to us about how slim these margins are. Obviously, we've shouted out your daughter now, Louise. She's going to be competing there. But talk to us about the adult grade and just how competitive it is.
Well, this year for the Worlds, there's something like 36 drum majors in that adult grade.
Yeah.
And there's only 8 can qualify. So it's time to get from 36 to 8. For your heats, dress counts for it. So between dress and M&D and flourish, like your M&D will be your preference there, but it is so close this season.
Yeah, and as we've said, it's been the only way to split people so far because the standard has been so high. It's nuts. There has been other years where it's been a little bit more clear-cut, where you can see someone has had a clear run of things for the season. Not this year. 2026 has been insanely high. So, I don't know. To everyone that we're giving a shout-out to, best of luck. Adrian, have you any other names you want to throw into the mix there? Obviously, you want to shout out your daughter, of course, Louise.
Yeah, well, I have went completely different for the winner.
Oh, right, have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've went Charlotte Ruddock.
Charlotte Ruddock was one of my dark horses. Yes. There you go. So, shout out to Charlotte.
She's having a very good year this year. And dark horses, Emma.
Yep.
Emma Barr. You have Kathy Hunter. And Louise in here too. I know what she's capable of doing.
Yeah.
And if she brings it on the day, she should, she'd be up there.
That's it. That's the thing with drum majoring too. It all depends on the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, as much as we're trying to guess who wins here based on form throughout the season, you could throw all that out the window. You don't know. Say someone doesn't get their roll and square sausage for breakfast that morning, that throws them all off, Or they could be absolutely super confident and have the best run possible. You just don't know. There's so many names in here. The one I haven't mentioned, Catherine McKeown, she's been in that list of prizes. And again, consistent. There's so many other names that we could mention. But to all of our adult drum majors, all of our juveniles, all of our juniors, just best of luck to all of you. To get through to a final is as good as a win. And I will buy you a beer in the beer tent if you catch me on the grass. All right? If you can run up and say, "Hey, Rab, I qualify for the final." Right, okay, I'll get you a beer. There you go.
After the final.
Well, okay, aye. Yeah. But yeah, to all of our drum majors, best of luck. This has been the most competitive season for drum majoring for us as spectators, it's been so enjoyable, but I'm sure for you as competitors, it's been a nightmare. But a lot of fun as pundits to watch. So best of luck to everyone. Yeah, good luck. Have a good one. All right, we're going to briefly jump into our bands here. Before we take a little break, we're going to start with Novice Juvenile B. Now, both of these novice grades has been kind of in a state of flux this year, especially when it comes to the major championships. There's been larger majors than others, some not too many bands in there, so you don't get to hear the full, overall picture. I think the first time we're going to hear every one of them in the circle this year, both A and B, is going to be the Worlds. I think this is going to be the first time every band in each bracket are going to have a good dig at each other. I think Dumbarton came close. It was quite big. But, hey, we're going to do our best to kind of predict things. Oracle, I'm going to start with you this first time, buddy. Novice Juvenile B, where are we going? Who's going to win it?
So, for Novice Juvenile B winning it, I have Dollar Academy.
Yes, Dollar Academy has had a very strong season in Novice B, for sure. Has everyone else picked Dollar for winners?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm seeing a few shaking heads. Oh, right, okay, we'll get some other names. So what about your dark horses then, Scott? Who else have you got?
For dark horses, I have Stirling and District Schools Junior and Kintyre Schools.
Yes, Kintyre. Yeah, again, another strong season from them. There you go.
And
Have
then,
you got a drum corps then for Novice B?
I'm finding it hard to split the drumming, so the drumming I had between the Isle of Arran and Glasgow Academy.
Oh, Glasgow Academy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, come on. Right. I'm going to have to look at my list again. Yeah, I had them listed, but then I removed them in favour of another band just because I was listening to performances and I thought that was really good. And then I heard another band that was just as good. So, right, one of those arguments, I guess. Ewan, you were saying that you had someone else then for the top spot in Novice B. Who have you got?
I'm going to go with an overseas band. I'm going to go with Scots College, number 2 from Australia.
Woo! Go on, Scots College.
Just throw it in there. Drums, I was pulling my hair out. I couldn't decide between it. I thought maybe Glasgow Academy, but I've also went with Burnt Island.
Yes, they're a novice band.
Yeah. But for dark horses, for the band, I played with Dollar Academy and also Stirling Schools. I think, But yeah, I just thought it's just when the winner's there, I thought, Australian bands, it's just give it a whack.
It's been so interesting to watch this year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Siobhan, I'm going to throw it to yourself then. Novice B, who are your own particular picks?
So I actually had the same person for the winner in the drum corps. I picked Dollar Academy.
You go. Yes.
Yes, they're one of my two dark horses were Bucksburn and District.
Oh yes, go on the Bucksburn.
And I had Oban High School.
Yes, they were both solid picks there, to be fair. I think so far all the names that we're listing here can all absolutely win it. There's no names that are jumping out and going, what? Why'd you pick them? Yeah, I think you're 100% on it there. So, Cammy, what about yourself, mate, then, for Novice B? Who have you got your eyes on?
Yeah, relatively similar. I'm in agreement with Ewan on Scots College from Australia being the winners. They've generally had a pretty strong showing when they've come over. I believe they won Novice B last year or 2 years ago.
I was thinking that myself. I wasn't sure though.
I think that was the year of the controversial Novice B incorrect result.
Yes, remember
I believe
all of that.
so. Yeah, so I've went with them. For the drumming, I've went with Glasgow Academy. They've been pretty strong as far as I know. I think they're under the tuition of Kerr McQuillan. As far as I'm led to believe. Could be wrong, but I think it's either Glasgow Schools or Glasgow Academy, but they've had a really good season. And Dark Horse went with something slightly different. I went with Edinburgh Academy. I believe they were one or were in the top 3 of the first major of the year at Ingliston. Again, they've got a really good tuition program, so I expect them to do well as well. But it's really tough coming out. There's 3 heats to get out of in Novice B. It'll be incredibly tough. Just to get into that final would be really good for some of those bands to just get in there and get to play twice. But yeah, that's what I've went with.
That's it. I agree. Yeah. Now I'm going to throw another name into the mix here. I'll get into my own picks here. For drum corps, Balerno and District Schools, their drummers I had a recording of them there not too long ago and I was listening. As I was saying earlier, it was between them and Glasgow. They absolutely blew my socks off. I just thought they were so good. So that's my own pick. That's my own musical taste. But for me, honestly, that's my personal opinion. I thought their drum corps was singing. Such a good run. So, yeah, Balerno and District Schools, yeah. As for everyone else, I do agree. Dollar and all the other dark horses, they're on my list there as well, of course. Adrian, what about yourself, mate? Who have you got then for Novice B?
Well, I had Dollar for winning it.
I see. There you are. Yeah.
Okay. Dark horses were Stirling and District and Scotch College, Australia.
Yes, there you are. They're being shouted out quite a lot here, so no pressure. No pressure at all.
And drum corps was Glasgow Academy.
Yes, Glasgow Academy. Yeah, a lot of folks shouting them out. Yeah. So, Scott, I think I got your prediction, didn't I? You said Dollar, didn't you? Yeah, there we go. I had to keep track of things a bit better. Stuff would I've got wrong. All right, well, we'll move on then to Novice A. Again, another complex grade, this one. This time, I'm going to start with Cammy for Novice A. Who have you got for Novice A, mate?
For Novice A, so I went with one of the front runners in the sort of novice and juvenile sections, George Watson's College.
Yes.
Having come through that system myself, I'm a little bit biased.
Did you come through that? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, indeed. So I went with Watson's for the band and Watson's for the drumming. But the Dark Horse, I've said Dark Horse, really, it's just another contender. High School of Dundee have been fantastic this year. The pipe corps, certainly under David Wilton, has been fantastic.
Yeah.
I caught a little clip of them in the arena at Dumbarton just after Watson came off, and I thought the pipe corps was absolutely excellent at a Novice A standard. So yeah, I think it'll be really tight between them and Watson's for the win.
Sure.
And another band, Preston Lodge, Novice A, been having a good season as well, so you never know.
Go on the PL.
100%. So there you go. That's why. But yeah, slightly biased on the Watsons front.
Okay, well, we'll let you away with that, of course. Yeah, go on, the Watsons. I'm glad you mentioned the High School of Dundee. I agonised over this. After that performance at Dumbarton, that really kind of threw a spanner in the works for me. I was thinking the whole time, right, it's going to be Watsons. But after hearing what High School of Dundee did at Dumbarton, I can see why they split the piping with Watsons at Dumbarton. So that is my particular pick for a possible winner here. I think we're going to have the High School of Dundee lifting it, possibly. However, you're always going to have that drum corps from Watson's. That's my pick for the drummers. They are just absolutely on fire. And ensemble-wise, I haven't got a word for it, but you know what I'm talking about. So High School of Dundee, George Watson's, is going to be pretty much a two-horse race, in my opinion. But everyone else in that grade are absolutely of a high standard as well. As you mentioned, PL, there's so many other bands in there. Stuart, throw some more names into the mix there for me, mate. Who else have you got?
Fortunately, I've got the same names as everybody else. George Watson's for the win, and George Watson's for the best drum corps. Preston Lodge is dark horse, or as Cammy says, contender, and the High School of Dundee is contenders. But anyone of them on their day could win it.
That's those. Yeah, again, those three names, but there's a wealth of others that could come through too. Yeah. Siobhan, what about yourself then? Novice A.
I had exactly the same, but one of my dark horse was actually Renfrewshire Schools.
Ah, yes, a good pick, actually. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they play a good tune. So shout out to Renfrewshire. There you go. Ewan, you spent a good bit of time actually filming a bit of Novice A this season. You've seen a lot of these bands up close. What are your opinions of the Novice A grade?
You won't be surprised to think that the winner in drums have got George Watson's College.
Go on, Watson's.
But definitely Dark Horses is definitely High School of Dundee. I think there's a good chance there. But the other one I've thrown in is North Lanarkshire Schools.
Oh, yes.
There's something about that. They were playing something. I thought actually that was it was quite interesting the way they were doing things. And I thought, if they get this right on the day, there's a chance.
There's something there.
Hope, as you say, it's the grade. It's madness. It's mad.
It is.
They've all got a good chance. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm like you. I quite like High School of Dundee, and I thought, will he, and it's like George Watson's. It's amazing. It's on the day. They seem to just pull it out of the bag. So yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So Oracle, what about yourself, mate? Who have you got for Novice A?
I'm the same as everybody else. I have George Watson College 369 for winning and drumming.
There you go. So a clean sweep then for Watson from yourself, Oracle. Yep.
And then as for Dark Horses, you'd swear me and Ewan had the same sheet because I had High School of Dundee and I was like, nobody's mentioned them yet. And then Ewan goes, North Lanarkshire Schools. And I was like, that's the one.
That's the one. There you go. So, Adrian, did you copy everyone else's homework too? Yeah.
Yeah. Exact same, yeah.
There you go.
George Watson's for the win, and Drummond, and High School of Dundee for the Dark Horse.
There you go. Yeah. Do you know what? As much as we're not mentioning all the bands in the grade, Novice A is so entertaining. Some of the music that's been produced in that bracket this season has been brilliant, and it's full credit to all the tutors, the backroom team, as well to all the kids themselves. You know, it's such a competitive grade. So, yeah, good luck to everyone there. Novice A and B, have a good tune. At this point, I think we'll take ourselves a wee break, though, because we're about to get into the meat and potatoes of the Wild West. Well, we'll be right back after this.
Kingdom Thistle Pipe Band Supplies for all your pipe band and marching band needs. Supplying everything from uniforms and instruments to custom designed bass drum heads. They offer it all. Not forgetting their exclusive Kingdom Gilly Brogues and George Boots, crafted by bands for bands. Kingdom Thistle provides expert product advice and an industry-leading drum refurbishment service to keep your equipment in top-class condition. Also, shipping worldwide. So, stop by their store in Fife or visit them online at kingdomthistle.com for all your pipe band and marching needs.
And we're back. And for those of you listening right now, you might be wondering that we don't have the voice of Weekly Drone joining us this week. So I wanted to give JD a shout. Hey, JD. How you going, mate? Unfortunately, he couldn't join us tonight for our recording, but we just wanted to give JD a shout out. He has done his homework. He has his own predictions. However, he's keeping them close to his chest. He doesn't want to have any embarrassment of getting them wrong. Unlike us. Anyway, so shout out to JD, voice of Weekly Drum. He will return in a future episode of the show, but we do want to give him a mention here at this point. Yeah. Also, I do want to give a shout out to the Pipe Band Rankings website, who the developer of which has been in contact with ourselves in the Big Rab Show ahead of our prediction pod. Now, he did present us with so much statistical information on the 2026 season that it would genuinely make your head spin. I don't know how much work went into it. It's insane. You're talking pages upon pages of performance data on every individual band. And he has given me statistical predictions as to where that website believes who can be statistically the favorite in each grade. However, I'm not going to bring it to this show because the way that it's all been calculated is just so complex, and we haven't got the developer of the site here to explain it, and I can't explain it, so it's a nightmare. So just wanted to give them a shout in the show. Thank you for sending that through. It was so much work. I have no idea how many hours or days or weeks that took, but just wanted to give you a shout out. Thank you for sending that through. And to everyone else that's been sending through your predictions as well, to bigrabshow@gmail.com. There's been a wealth of you. And I'm very glad that a lot of you are getting into the spirit of it. Honestly, this is genuinely just a bit of fun. We're just having a bit of crack here and a chat amongst friends, as everyone does around the dinner tables. That's all this is. It's not a hard and fast, right, you must go out to the bookies and put your bet on. I know people who do that. And we mentioned this last year. People went out, actually placed bets on what we said. Scott, particularly on what you said, mate. And some people lost money. So please do not gamble based on what we say on the Silly Wee podcast. This is all a bit of fun. However, if you do want to gamble and you end up winning like millions, then yeah, we're in the market for some satellite trucks for our live streaming next year. So keep us in mind, please. All right, let's get into it. We're about to start talking about Grade 4B, or as we've been calling it this season, the Wild West. Yes. Now, there's a reason why we've been calling Grade 4B the Wild West. It's because anyone can mosey into town and absolutely clean up. It's insane how high the standard has been in 4B this year. And as you can see by the sheer amount of bands that are entered for 4B at the Worlds this year, to make it through to an eventual final, that's as good as a win right there. So if your band does make it through that bracket and you get to play twice on the Saturday, that's a win. All right? If you don't get any silverware, doesn't matter. You've already won. You've made it through to the final. There's literally so many bands here. The Wild West is huge. So we have a wealth of names that we could choose from here. Just who's going to come out on top, I have no clue. But I'm going to start with Adrian. Adrian, yourself and I, we're competing in the Wild West.
Yeah.
So who have you got your eyes on, mate?
I honestly think Tully Lagan could do it.
Yeah, go on the Lagan. Yeah. Okay, it is difficult not to be biased. We have been absolutely pouring the work in. We are hopeful. Yeah, and to be fair to say, the amount of work that has went in has been insane. How have you found practices? We're doing a bit of behind the scenes here. How have you found things in practice?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
in a word, yeah.
The way we've been playing this year, there is, as you say, as any number of bands could lift that grade.
100%.
But I do honestly think we could do it this year.
Yeah, go on the Lagan. Yeah. You never know. You never know. Yeah. So, well, I'm going to put you under pressure for any other names that you potentially have your eyes on, apart from ourselves, Tully Lagan.
Dark horses, I would have Royal Air Force of Oman.
Oh, yes. After that showing at Dumbarton, 100%.
Uddingston Strathclyde.
Yes. Go on the Uddy. Always a band that they had to keep an eye on. Yeah. I see Stuart smiling there. Go on, Stuart.
And Drumcore, I have it between Tully Lagan and Uddingston Strathclyde.
Oh, there you go. To be fair to you, I know, Adrian, you play in the drum corps, so I'm going to big up your head here a bit. But yeah, you guys have been really stomping it, especially domestically as well. Like, you guys have been playing really well.
For a young corps, they're playing powerful well.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm hopeful too. I'm there with you. Yeah. And I'm hoping that I'll be a part of it, that I'll be in that circle playing tunes with you. Here's hoping. Well, I guess we'll wait and see what it's like on the Saturday morning. If I take my pipes out of the case and it all falls to bits. Rab, what are you doing? There's no hemp on them. Brilliant. All right, so let's hope for the best. Right, Oracle, I'm going to throw it to yourself, mate. The Wild West. Who have you got your eye on in the Wild West?
So for one in the Wild West, I actually had the Royal Air Force of Oman to lift it.
Yes. Yeah.
Just the same with the run they had at Dumbarton. I haven't seen anything since. Dark horse wise, hard not to be biased. I know the work you're putting in because we practice after you. So Tully Lagan, and then the City of Brecon.
Yes, pronounced correctly as well, Scott. Thank you. Yeah. City of Brecon, they've had such a strong season this year. And
they get a second place at Dumbarton as well.
Yeah. Like, really, really good music being played there by Brecon. I made a point to have a listen. Just very enjoyable stuff. So yeah, there you go. Shout out to the City of Brecon, pronounced correctly. Ewan, what about yourself, mate? Who have you got then in 4B?
Right, I'm just going to throw the door wide open in. A band that I've actually not heard, but I just have this thing, Hollymount.
Oh, yes, good
and
shout.
The drums, Tully Lagan, I think they're called.
Who are they?
You know, I don't know. They've got a nice kilt, so I thought,
okay.
That could be a chance, yeah. Dark horses, I've actually got I fired over 3. I have Tully Lagan, the Royal Air Force of Oman, or Brady Ulster Scots.
Yes, now there's a name. Hasn't
just
been
to throw it in there.
Yeah, they were on my list of dark horses. I think Brady has had such a stellar season. You know, even particularly here domestically in Northern Ireland, they're constantly in the prizes, and for good reason. You know, they're such a consistently good band. So
I can't recall a Worlds in the last few years going that Brady hasn't been mentioned somewhere
There you go.
In the prizes. So I just have that. There's that little feeling there, thinking they could pull it in the bag. But but good luck to Tully Lagan.
Yay! There we go. Yeah. Stuart, what about yourself, mate? Obviously, Audie has to come top of the heap, mate.
I'm hoping that they'll peak at the right time and take the win, plus the drumming. I've also got Paisley in district for the drumming.
Oh, yes, Paisley.
Yeah, it's a solid wee drum corps there. Dark horses, RAF of Oman, the Royal Army Air Force.
Yeah.
And another dark horse is East Kilbride.
Oh, yes, of course. We haven't mentioned them yet.
East Kilbride have been nipping prizes at minors. So it could be a dark horse. And somebody else I'd like to mention is the Rose and Thistle Ladies Pipe Band. Just for a listen. Yeah.
We featured them on a previous Rab Show talking about their story. And even their journey to the Worlds is a huge achievement. So, yeah, absolutely. I'll be keeping an eye out for them myself. Yeah. So, right, I don't know. All good shouts there.
Fingers crossed it's for the Uddingston. So.
Go on, the Uddy! Woohoo! There you go. Siobhan, what about yourself? Who have you got picked then for 4B?
So, for drumming, I had Uddingston. Yeah, I think they've done very well. Then for winners, I hope I can pronounce this correctly. Arbroath?
Oh, Arbroath? RBL?
Arbroath, yeah. Yes. As well as Tully Lagan. Yeah.
Yay, Siobhan. Yes. That's it. Gold star for you. Yeah. Excellent. But yeah, do you know what? All good shouts. All these names I have read out so far this season in the prize list, so there's no one here that comes as a huge shock. They're all great bands. Absolutely. Cammy, I'm going to let you have the last say, mate, on the Wild West. Who's going to win?
I think if you had asked me before Dumbarton, I think I probably would have had about 4 or 5 names, but hearing the RAF, Oman, they were just outstanding, punching well above a 4B standard. It's certainly in the piping anyway.
Yeah.
They were, I think they won out with straight ones across the board. So a really, really impressive band. But other than that, obviously, Urrington Strathclyde, they've had a fantastic season. The 4B guys, they're walking into the Worlds, having already secured the drumming championship champions before they've even played a note. So hopefully a load of confidence from that, and they're going in top of the band championship champions. But it's very tight across that. So, yeah, hopefully they can get the job done. Other bands, obviously Tully Lagan, I think our tent was quite near you at Grove Park in Belfast.
Oh, yeah,
I heard the pipe corps. I was quite impressed as well. So there is probably about 10 bands that I've never heard before, and they're in the qualifier, and they're going to come over and just totally prove us all wrong.
Yeah,
but that's just the best part of 4B,
isn't it? Though,
just unknown entities, I think. But yeah, past that, again, same as Stuart, East Kilbride and Arbroath have been really good. But ultimately, my heart says Urrington Strathclyde, but I think my head says that RAF Oman will be a very tough band to beat. It's going to be really tough. 21 bands in each qualifier just to make it out into the top 6,
which is nuts.
To get into the final, to beat 15 other bands in the morning is incredible in itself. So whatever happens, it'll be a really tough day for every 4B band. But yeah, hopefully the guys in the 4B band can get the job done. No hard feelings, Tom Lagan.
There you go. Yeah. A band that hasn't been mentioned yet, I don't believe, is First Trin BB. Looking at their performance throughout, especially some of the majors this year, they've really sort of, found fifth gear on occasion. There's been times where they just bang, hit that circle and leave everyone with their mouths open. But that's happened so often now with loads of bands in that grade. Like we've mentioned the Royal Air Force of Oman. They done that in Dumbarton. They rolled in, and I think I remember you saying once that you had to turn around and say, was that 4B or was that grade 2 or something?
Absolutely. I had no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, how can they be 4B? Yeah. Phenomenal.
Such a good band. I have yet to hear that performance, though. I haven't found a recording of it anywhere. Right. I'm itching to find it. But that seems to be a moment of magic, and that's what you get in 4B. you get moments of magic that just absolutely rip it up. And hey, I don't know, we'll be talking about this in the World's Wrap-Up pod and going, it was so obvious. There was this band and they had ones right across the board. How didn't we predict that? Well, because it's the Wild West and you just don't know. So to everyone that we've shouted out, best of luck. But to everyone that we haven't shouted out, all of you international folks that we just mentioned, come on, any one of you could step in there and absolutely kick us all in the teeth. Walk away with that trophy. So that's what makes the Wild West so much fun, I think. Yeah. So good luck to you. Yeah, if you do make it through to that final, that's a win. Celebrate with your bandmates. And if not, we'll see you on the grass again next year for another swing at it. There you go. All right. Moving on to grade 4A then. I'm going to lead out with my own predictions for grade 4A. I have my eye on, in particular for the winner this year, the city of St Andrews. Now, I'm basing this just on what I've heard. Now, I've looked at the statistical information as well. They have won a few prizes along the year, but I think just musically, for me, they kind of ring my bell. So that's why I picked them. There you go. So shout out to City of St Andrews. Plus, they know how to celebrate as well. Piping on the bus on the way home, that gets my vote. Absolutely. Also, a couple of dark horses in grade 4A. Money Gore definitely have to be in the conversation. They have been such a strong band this year, and they are my particular pick for the drum corps, actually. So shout out to Roy and the folks there at Money Gore. No pressure, but yeah, have a good tune. Also, I'm going to shout out the Carrigaline band as well. I think I've had a really strong season here, and also the Rat Eye pipe band, especially from a piping perspective. I believe their piping just on point. So that's my names I'm going to chuck into the mix here for 4A. So I'm going to start things with Cammy, first of all, for grade 4A. Who have you got your eye on in 4A?
Fairly in agreement with yourself, Rab. I think it'll be actually a 4-horse race, and it's really tough to pick between the four of City of St Andrews, Ratai, Money Gore, and I hadn't really thought about them. I was having a wee sort of debate with Stuart earlier, and Carrigaline had come up. I was like, I can't believe I forgot about Carrigaline. They are outstanding. There was a video of them from the All Irelands, I think, and it was honestly one of the best intro E's I think I've ever heard outside of grade 1.
Yep, that's what done it for me too. That's why they're in there.
So yeah, if I was forced to pick out the four, I think I would probably would edge City of St Andrews, but any of the four of them could win it, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. Drumming, I've went with City of St Andrews. Dark Horses, I've went totally different. I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of this, but Heidelberg and District from Germany.
Oh, yes.
I was doing a wee bit of research online earlier and found a recording of them, and I was quite impressed at their Shaspe playing. And then the other dark horse I've got, a band that's been over quite a few times, the Sri Damesh band.
Oh yes, they're back.
They're back.
Go on, the Sri Damesh.
Really, do you get a Worlds where they come over and they're not in some sort of prize list? So I don't know if it's their first year in 4A. They've certainly been in 4B a number of times, but if it is their first year, I heard some recordings of their March Shaspe and Reel, and I thought it was excellent. So either of them could do quite well, but yeah, I think probably City of St Andrews might just pip it just based on form. But any of those four big guns, City of St Andrews, Ratai, Money Gore, or Carrigaline, any of them could pull out the bag, and it wouldn't be a surprise. This is probably the hardest grade I've had to when I was going through a prediction. It took me the longest. It'll be really tough one. So yeah, best of luck to them all. It'll be really tough.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. This was pretty tough to pick a favourite, and that's why I mentioned having to go on musical taste. You know, you can go by statistically the results and everything, but that doesn't really lead you anywhere because it's been such a mixed bag this year. So you have to go on your own musical preference. There you go. Siobhan, I'm going to throw it to yourself then for grade 4A. Who have you got your eye on?
So I had City of St Andrew for drumming and the winner. They just have so much confidence when they play. So it's just like fun to watch. My dark horse was actually City of Discovery.
Oh, there's a name we haven't mentioned yet. And a cracking good band too. Oh, Siobhan, see what you're doing now? You're throwing a spanner in the works now. Yeah, everyone's scratching their head going, oh, should I include them now? Yeah, good shout. Good shout. Stuart, what about yourself, mate? Grade 4A, who have you got your eye on?
I'm pretty similar to everybody else. I can't pick a winner, to be honest. I can't pick a winner, but I've got City of St Andrews, the Rattay Pipe Band, and City of Discovery. But I'll throw a curveball here. I think Carrigaline might get the drumming. Oh,
yeah. Good shout. They are a competitive drum corps.
Yes. So what I've previously heard, yeah. So that's that's my wee curveball.
That's your list, yeah. But you refuse to pick a winner. I love that.
No, I can't pick a winner. I'm sorry.
I'm just not doing it. Fair enough. Yeah. Adrian, I'm going to throw it to yourself, mate, then. For grade 4A, who have you got your eye on?
I have Rattay Pipe Band for the winner.
Yeah, good shout. I struggled with them, because their piping was just so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Dark horses would be City of Andrew, Moneygore, and Carrigaline.
They were, yeah. All names that I've shouted out already, but yeah, in the conversation.
Moneygore for the drumming.
Go on, the Moneygore. Yeah, no pressure, Roy. Yeah. Scott, what about you then, mate? The Oracle, who is going to win?
I have City of St Andrews for the win.
Yes.
Dark horses, very similar to everybody else. I had either Moneygore or Carrigaline. Obviously, Carrigaline lifting 4B last year on 4B drumming. Yeah. So then no shock that I had the drum corps split between Moneygore and Carrigaline.
It is a coin flip, isn't it? Yeah, both drum corps are so good. Yeah, I agree. You could absolutely flip a coin and either band would deserve it.
We just haven't maybe seen as much as Carrigaline this year. Obviously, Moneygore's had a real good season drumming ways, but same again, Carrigaline at All Ireland's was just
magic.
They don't sound like a 4A band, if you get me.
No, they were just so good. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. So, good luck to everyone on 4A. We found that incredibly difficult, not easy. Thank you for making our job a nightmare this year. But good luck to everyone in that grade 4A bracket. I think you all have your work cut out, just as everyone in the Wild West as well. It's going to be a nightmare of a weekend. Good luck to everyone. All right, moving on. Grade 3B then. Oracle, I'm going to start with yourself, mate, for grade 3B. I found this one particularly difficult.
This one's the only one where I had to scribble one name out because I like to pick one and not change it. But
and stick with it, yeah.
For 1 and 3B, I had Drumlock from home.
Go
here.
on, the Drumlock, yeah. Let's give them the game.
They seem to have just kept progressing all season and putting better performances every time.
There you go. And they lifted the Ulster this past weekend
as well.
Yeah, so they lifted the Ulsters too. So good luck to Drumlock, yeah.
Dark horse-wise, I had Govan.
Yes, Govan. Mm-hmm.
If JD was here, he'd be glad to hear this. My other dark horse was the Prince Charles from United States of America.
Yes, I was listening to recordings of them before I hit record here tonight.
From
and I was
Costa Mesa.
At Costa Mesa, the very one. And I was thinking, this is interesting. I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Drum corps wise, I have it between Black Raven or Drumlock.
Right. There you go. Yeah.
Because you forget Black Raven's in there too, so.
Yeah. Black Raven, always a force to be reckoned with, in my opinion. Black Raven, such a stellar band. So, right. Okay. Okay. Grade 3B, Adrian, I'm going to throw it to yourself, mate. Who have you got?
Well, I have Drumlock for the win.
Oh, 2 shouts for Drumlock.
Same reasons as Scott. I think they've been improving all season, and I think whenever it comes to the Worlds, they'll be at their peak.
See, that's it. Yeah, they've been absolutely clicking at the right time. Yeah, so, and if anything, I'm going to throw myself here under the bus too. I've picked Drumlock as well. Just because of what I heard at the Ulsters. I was standing filming the full grade on the day, and Drumlock really, there was something intangible with their performance that I couldn't put my finger on. Everyone in that grade was technically good. There was no bad performance, but Drumlock just had that little spice. And so that's what done it for me. So yeah, shout out to Drumlock. I think we're all shouting you out here. Yeah.
Dark Horses, Black Raven, and Govan.
Yes, There you go. Two good shouts.
For the drumming, I have Troon Caledonia.
Oh, there's a name I haven't heard yet, but a cracking good drum corps, Adrian. Yeah, you're right.
But I think maybe someone might be fit to give them where you run for their money would be Down Pipes and Drums.
Oh, now you're cooking. Yeah. That was one of those names I had scribbled, and then I took it out, and then I put it back in, took it out, put it back in. I don't know. This is what makes this so difficult. But yeah, good shout, Adrian. Good shout. Ewan, I'm going to yourself, mate. Grade 3B. Who have you got?
Well, I'm going for the winners for the band and the drums. I've actually went for Dow Pipes and Drums.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. All right.
But I'm just going to throw that one right out because I think they all just, I think they're peaking just at the right time. The dark horses, Govan and Drumloch.
There you go. Yes. Love that. Okay. All good shouts. Siobhan, go on to yourself. Who have you got in 3B?
I had a bit of a different one. So for my winner and drum corps, I had Troon Caledonia.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, they've just looked very consistent the whole season, and then they've just been getting stronger with every championship. So, yeah, I think they've just been getting better each gathering. And then my dark horse was actually Lower Clyde.
Oh, yes. Another name that we haven't mentioned yet. But again, musically, they're fun to watch. I get that. I can get where you're coming from, Siobhan. You're into the fun bands. So you are. The bands that are cool to watch. There you go. That's going to be... Right, you're going to make me change my list here. So you are. All right. Stuart, I'm going to throw it to yourself, mate. Grade 3B. Who have you got your eye on?
I'm going to go for Govan for the win.
Go on the Govan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Dark horses, Troon Caledonia, New Ross District.
New Ross District, yes.
Yeah.
They've had some good tunes. Yeah.
Sorry, and for drums, Black Raven.
Yeah, the Black Raven. They're going to be a band that a lot of us will be watching. But New Ross District, I think that's the first we've mentioned them. Yeah. Always, again, it comes up with bands on their day and how they go,
That's exactly what I was going to say. Just on their day, they could just take it out there and win it.
That's it, exactly. Right, I'm going to change my list at this point. Yikes. Cammy, I'm going to throw it to yourself, mate, for grade 3B. Who have you got your eye on?
So for the drumming, I've went with Drumloch. Just outright there, I think they've been really good. Winners, I've got it between two. I think I'll go with my gut on Black Raven, but I think Govan will certainly be nipping at their heels. A couple of other good bands. I think that Troon Caledonia have been really good first debut season out. If for nothing else other than their green waistcoats, because they're just excellent. That's an unbelievable uniform choice. And as well, I think Kilbarkin have had some really strong piping results across the season. They've been plugging away. And then my ultimate dark horse, again, might be pronouncing this wrong, but having listened to a recording earlier, I believe they're French, Plougastel.
Yes.
I got a wee nip into a wee listen to their medley earlier, and I was really impressed. I think they actually finished with a Gordon Duncan tune.
Wow.
I can't remember which one it was, but it was just rapid and like loads of harmonies and just super exciting for 3B. So I was really impressed. I just had to include them.
Of course.
And like you just never know with the French bands, they just come over and sneak in there. You just need to look at Ron Said More last year, just came up and scooped 3A. So
exactly. I don't think any of us mentioned them on the prediction pod either. They just came completely out of the blue.
I heard a recording of them on I think it was a Friday night before Worlds. I was like, right, okay.
Yeah.
They'll be not too bad. So yeah, Plougastel, but yeah, another tough grade. But yeah, I think if I was pushed, Black Raven for the win and Drumloch for the drumming.
There you go. I'm going to throw another couple of names in the mix here just before we finish up with 3B. William Wood have been another band musically that I've been really enjoying this season. I think a lot of their performances have been, just fun to watch. We're mentioning about this fun factor, but I've been enjoying William Wood. But also a band that we haven't mentioned yet, I haven't heard much of, but the Army of Oman, the Royal Army of Oman, I've been in the conversation with folks who've been seeing them in the tuning park. A lot of them haven't seen them in the circle, but the ones I've been chatting to heard them in the tuning park and go, "Ooh, that was something." So I'm throwing them in there as a dark horse, just in case. All right. And I think that's the story for 3B here. You could be throwing so many names in here as a just in case. We've no idea. Right. Let's get into grade 3A then. And I am going to start with Stuart. Stuart, grade 3A, buddy. Who have you got your eye on?
Why me? I'm going to go with Livingston for the drums.
Yes, there you go.
It's going to be definitely between them and Burnt Island. Burnt Island for the win, because they've been consistent throughout the season.
Yeah.
Obviously, our dark horses is ourselves.
Yeah,
Livingston Strathclyde. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll just peak at the right minute and we'll get in there. And another dark horse is the City of Stirling.
Oh, there's a good shout. Yes.
Again, they've been there or thereabouts. So that's another dark horse.
There you are. So, Cammy, no pressure, mate. You've just been shouted out as a dark horse. So, are you looking forward to? I know both of you are going to be in that circle in 3A. Are you looking forward to competing in there, Cammy?
Oh yeah, unbelievable. We've had, in terms of performances, we've been really, really happy with 4 really strong performances across the major championships. Just maybe not quite getting the look in that we probably think we deserve. But it just goes to show an ultra competitive grade that 3A has been this year, as you alluded to at the start of the season and throughout the season, Rab. It's been really tough, and obviously you have had the front runners of Burnt Island. You know what Brian Spears has been doing there has just been excellent. You know they're on for a Grand Slam at Glasgow Green, so really impressive. But yeah, really good performances, and it's just so tight between all the bands. Everyone's chasing each other for really small gains, so it's really tough to predict. But we're just looking to go and have a solid medley performance. And just hopefully put ourselves in the mixer in that qualifier. So on that note, for my predictions, so when it has to be Burnt Island, really. I'm almost rooting for them outside of ourselves, because a Grand Slam is just such an incredible achievement. So to go and do that would be amazing. Drummond, again, I think Livingston should be on for it. Obviously with Elias going to Livingston and being, a top end grade 2 drum corps, coming in and just nicking all the prizes from everyone else in the grade, really.
They've been so good. Yeah,
they've been
absolutely
incredible. So obviously dark horses, I wouldn't even call ourselves dark horse. I think we're in the mixer. I wouldn't count ourselves out.
100%. Yeah.
But another dark horse, maybe a little bit not left field. I wouldn't think, but Grayling Crossing from Canada. They came across 2 years ago and they finished first in the 3A qualifier, so they will be really good. I heard a couple of recordings from a couple of overseas Highland games this year, and they've been really good. So, but there's loads of other good bands, Elgin, McCanta, Stirling, City of Discovery. There's just so many good bands. So again, to make it out the qualifier in 3A, it's just incredible. Metal as well. I could probably list all 24 bands that are in.
You could do,
next week. It's just so impressive, the standard of 3A this year. We, as much as we're really happy with our performances, it is tough, but still enjoyed every minute of it, because we just know we're putting out such good music, and we've got an impressive group of guys. I'm really, really proud of all of them, and I just enjoy working with them, especially, of course.
There you go. Cam, I love to hear that. So go in, enjoy it, have a good tune, and best of luck. Yeah, to everyone there at the Uddy. Yeah. Siobhan, what about yourself then for grade 3A? Who have you got your eyes on?
So for the winners and drum corps, I had Burnt Island and District. I just think they're like the whole package for grade 3A. My top contenders were Uddingston and McCanta. They both great. And then my dark horse was Major Sinclair Memorial.
Oh, the Sinclair. Well, I was waiting for someone to mention them. Yes, I have them as potential drum corps champions. I've been really enjoying what their drum corps have been doing. Just magic stuff. Really, really good. But I do have them as a dark horse also, Siobhan. So, yeah, on the money there. Yeah, all good picks. Right, I'm going to go to Ewan for grade 3A. Who have you got, mate, for 3A?
Okay, there's no surprise with the winner, Burnt Island.
Burnt Island, yeah.
Just, yeah. It's time they were away. Hurry up and get away to grade 2 up the road.
Yeah.
You know, with drums, I went with Livingston. My dark horses was Major Sinclair Memorial.
Right, yes.
Addington Strathclyde.
Who are they?
And Macanta. Yeah.
Macanta, yes.
Just to throw them in there too, but yeah. Yeah, but yeah, Burnt Island are just, as there was the Grand Slam, just get away to grade 2 out the road and, and let the rest. It's difficult. Like everyone says, to qualify is a win in itself.
It is, yeah.
In the prize list, that's just a bonus, But
I think, as Cammy says, we're all rooting for them now at this stage. We're all wanting to see that Grand Slam, you know, as much as that adds to the pressure for the folks at Burnt Island. So please don't think that there is any pressure there, but we are all rooting for you.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, good luck. Scott, the Oracle, who is actually going to win grade 3A?
Dun, dun, dun. Burnt Island and District.
Oh, shocker. Yeah.
Cammy was very like myself, so for my dark horses, I had it between Livingston, Caledonia, and then, as he called out, Greenland Crossing from Canada.
Yes. Good band. Yeah.
I remember seeing them a couple of years ago when they're here, and then seeing a few videos of them from Highland Games across the water, playing really well this year. Drum corps wise, can't look past Livingston, Caledonia, but I also thought from listening to them videos that Greenland Crossing were playing very well as well.
A shout out for their drum corps, yeah.
It's everybody's already said before me, the standard in that grade. If anybody has that one good, perfect run, it's technically anybody's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that sounds like the fella that says, football's a game of 2 halves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the old cliche, isn't it? Yeah. I think we mentioned another cliche in a previous show where we talked about, we had a perfect run, but we were a perfect run in amongst other perfect runs. And I think that's the story for 3A here. There's no one band in here that are just phoning it in. Every one of these bands in 3A and that bracket are absolutely thumping it at the moment, trying to hit that A standard, and it's so difficult. Adrian, I'll finish with yourself, mate, then for grade 3A. Who's going to win?
Burnt Island and District.
Whoa, we've all shouted them out. That's the kiss of death now. Yeah.
my dark horses were Addington Strathclyde and Major Sinclair.
Go on, the Sinclair, yeah. So, Adrian, your list was a carbon copy of mine, so stop copying my homework.
And Drummond too. Yeah. I have actually Major Sinclair for the Drummond.
There you go. So you copied my drum corps as well.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. Now, we didn't confer a band practice there the other night, so no, we didn't compare notes. But, again, as much as we're mentioning bands that we're keen to listen to, that entire bracket is absolutely worth a listen. So if you want to Land of the World's Weird Deck Chair and you plonk it down at 3A Arena, you'll have a great day. Absolutely. The music in there is just fantastic. So good luck to everyone and to the Audie. Good luck, Cammy, Stuart. Have a good tune, guys. Enjoy it. No pressure. But yeah, best of luck to everyone in that 3A bracket. Have a good tune. And to Burnt Island, as much as we have shouted you out, we are all seriously rooting for you. We'd love to see a Grand Slam happen. And we'll talk all about it in the wrap up, of course. There you go. All right, so we're going to move on to our juvenile grade at this point. Before we take a little break and we get into the ridiculous grade, let's talk juvenile grade. Adrian, I'm going to start with yourself, mate, then, for juvenile. Who have you got your eye on for potential winner for juvenile?
I've got George Watson's College.
Same as me. There you are. Yeah.
And Dark Horse is Preston Lodge High School.
Oh, the PL. Good shout. Yeah.
And then George Watson for the Drummond.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same as me as well. I had George Watson's as a potential winner. I have George Watson's drum corps lifting it as well. I think after hearing George Watson's at the UK's, they absolutely sickened me with how good they were. We spoke about this in our Dumbarton wrap-up, about just how amazing that system is and that band. But I don't have words that I can't broadcast on a family show. They're just insanely good. My own particular dark horse I'm going to throw into the juvenile mix here is a band that I'm really particularly excited to see, and that's St Andrews College from New Zealand. Heard a lot of recordings from them, especially at nationals. Man, they were another level. I'm really looking forward to seeing them. So shout out to St Andrews College. Looking forward to seeing you all. Scott, I'm going to throw it to yourself then, mate. For juvenile grade, who's going to win?
Same as yourselves. I have George Watson College to win the grade and lift the drumming.
Mm-hmm.
Dark horses, Preston Lodge High School, and just as you've mentioned, St Andrews College from New Zealand.
Yeah, there you go. So, again, we're shouting out all the same bands here. Excellent. Ewan, what about you, mate?
I'm much the same, but I went with the winner, Dollar Academy, after their performance at the Scottish. It was really, really good. Drums, George Watson's. The dark horses, surprise, surprise, St Andrews College, New Zealand. But also going to throw in there George Heriot's.
Ah, yes, we haven't mentioned them
on the
yet.
day. They can be quite good too when they're on the day. But yeah, just the usual prediction. But I think Dollar might just actually sneak it. So yeah.
Oh, good shout. Okay. We'll see who walks away as the eventual winner. You might have bragging rights come the wrap-up show. Yeah. Cammy, going to throw it to yourself, mate, for juvenile. Who have you got?
Yeah, much the same. Again, a bit of bias there for Watsons to win the drumming.
Go on, the Watsons.
And the band. But Dollar seemed maybe peaking at the right time as well. They obviously won at Dumbarton.
Yeah.
Maybe Watson's a little bit frustrated not to be on for the Grand Slam going into the World, so maybe they'll be fired up to hit one back.
Looking a bit of revenge, do you think? Yeah.
Yeah. The pair of them have been going at it at the top of juvenile for I don't know how many years now. And yes, St Andrews College as well will be going to get her a little snippet of them just earlier today. Actually, I stumbled across a video of them. I was quite impressed. So yeah, but again, of those 7 bands, all of them are excellent. The stuff at Lemu's doing with Preston Lodge and obviously Lochgelly and Westledean Schools being their debut year in the grade. There's just so much talent with these kids. So it's incredibly impressive. But yeah, for me, it's got to be Watson's on the double on the band and drumming. So fingers crossed.
Go on the Watsons. There you go. Siobhan, going to throw it to yourself. Are there any fun bands in this grade you've enjoyed watching?
I actually had exactly the same list as everyone else. I just think George Watson on their drumming has just been insane this year.
Yeah.
Just so cool to watch. And my dark horse was Dollar Academy. They've also just been sneaking up there.
Absolutely. Yeah, so again, that 2-horse race that Cammy was talking about, yeah, it's been fun to watch so far, isn't it? So, Stuart, what about you, mate? Who have you got then for juvenile?
Same as everybody else, but I'm going to stick my neck out and say Dollar for the win.
Oh, same as you. Oh, yeah. I love it.
Dollar
and the
Perry's
will have bragging rights if they win, yeah.
George Watson's for the drums. The City of St Andrews and George Watson's. It could, like you say, it could be a 3-horse race there. But again, anybody on their day.
It's going to be a battle, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, as much as we're mentioning the same names here, every one of those. I don't know. Yeah, we can't swear on this show, but I want to. But yeah, good luck to everyone in that juvenile bracket. But yeah, we're about to get into the ridiculous grade. And of course, the top flight, where every band has a story to tell. But before we get there, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back after this. Marchify, the brand new home of Flam 5 drumming. Check out their brand new Strike bagpipe case, inspired by their colourful, popular and reliable Flam 5 drum cases. The Strike bagpipe case combines durability, style and practicality, protecting every movement. Shop now at marchify.co.uk with worldwide shipping available. Marchify, Every movement protected. Well, we don't have a topic of the week this week, but I did grab myself a few mouthfuls of a cup of tea there. Brilliant. So we're getting back to it, to our World's Prediction podcast. Before we do get into the ridiculous grade and the top flight, I just have to say a huge thank you to everyone for downloading our show. It's kind of remiss of me if I don't mention it at this stage, but 500 episodes is insane. And for all of you folks here in the Rab Show team who made that possible, just wanted to say thanks. It's a huge milestone, all of which wouldn't be possible without your help and support. And for everyone listening to my voice and downloading and listening to us blather about pipe bands every week, thank you. We wouldn't be here without you all. Yeah. So I'm not going to try and get too mushy, so we're going to get into grade 2. The ridiculous grade. Yeah, I think there's one band that's going to be top of everyone's list, and I think the Royal Borough of Annan have been a force to be reckoned with in that ridiculous grade. They have been so musical, so precise is the word I want to use for Royal Borough. I think precision is what I'm getting here from Annan. Also the musicality from the drum corps as well. I have them in as a possible drum corps winner as well. I don't know, ensemble precision, just a joy to watch this year. So I'm seeing everyone around the Zoom call here all nodding along, going, yeah, Royal Borough have been magic. So that's my own particular pick. I'm going to start with some dark horses here. There's a couple of bands that I'm excited to see because I haven't seen them in person, so I'm going to throw them in here. We have the Ulster Scottish pipe band, first of all, who've been playing such a good tune. And again, Derek in the back line there at Ulster Scottish are always a joy to watch. Really love the Ulster Scottish. Also, shout out to North Stratton. Go on to North Stratton. Going to be playing at Rab Show Live, of course. By the time you're listening to this, they might have already played. But yeah, North Stratton are certainly going to be a highlight for me. And also, I'm going to mention Cap Caval. Ooh, Cap Caval. Everyone's now looking at me go, yeah, I didn't write them down. Cap Caval, honestly, they're a force of nature. Sometimes when you see performances from Cap Caval, it's insane how good they are. Bands, of course, from down under, like the Pipe Band Club. I'm a huge fan of the Pipe Band Club. You all know that. Also, Celtic band from Celtic Nelson from New Zealand. Got a lot of mates playing in that band, so I want to give them a shout. But I've just mentioned a whole list of bands here. It could be anyone. Yeah. But my pick for winner is the Royal Borough of Annan. For drum corps, I'm going to go with North Stratton. That's my pick. All right. So you can all laugh at me collectively now. Did I get it dreadfully wrong? Stuart, I'm going to throw it to you, mate, first of all, for the ridiculous grade. Who have you got?
I'm rooting for Annan. Annan for the win, and
yes.
Annan to pick up the drum corps.
Yeah.
Dark horse, I've got a couple here. I want to mention City of Dunedin.
Oh, another band I should have shouted out. Yes.
City of Dunedin. They've done it before. They've come over and won it. So, Dark horse, yes. And I'm going to shout out the North Stratton.
Go on, the North Stratton.
Yeah. That's a couple. And again, Uddingston. You could go down the list. So I'm just going to pin it on those three. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I think this will be the tale for grade 2. We do this every year. We can't pick. So we just end up reading out the full grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Siobhan, who have you got then for the ridiculous grade in grade 2?
So to take it all, I had Royal Borough of Annan. I just think they've been having so much momentum this year.
Yeah.
It's just been fun to watch. For drum corps, actually, I wasn't sure. So I had Uddingston. I think they're an amazing drum corps.
Go on, Craig. Yeah.
Also, maybe a bit biased because he has come and played with us, but I just think he's amazing, and what he's doing there is just crazy. I don't want to butcher this name. Is it Buchan Peterson?
It is. Yeah, Buchan Peterson.
I had them as drum corps. I also think what they're doing is great.
Absolutely.
And then so not really a dark horse, but I have to give them a shout out, is Celtic, because I have some friends from South Africa playing there. So
really?
I hope they really do well. But
excellent.
And then
yeah.
I also had on my list were Oban.
Oh, yes. Haven't mentioned them yet. Oban, always in the mix, in the conversation. That's a good shout, Siobhan. Yeah. Food for thought. Oracle, I'm going to throw it to you, mate. No pressure. Grade 2. Who have you got as potential winners?
I'm the same as everybody else. It's hard not to go past them in the season they've had. Wild Bear of Annan.
Yeah.
For lifting the grade. Dark Horse wise, I have the Pipe Band Club from Australia.
There you go. You're a fan like me. I think.
Yeah.
I remember watching them standing with you actually last year. I think it was the year before. Such a good.
I think last year, yeah. And the other Dark Horse is Ulster Scottish. After seeing videos of them from Maxwell.
Funny, it was Maxwell that brought them into my crosshairs. Yeah, that performance just electric. Really, really good. Yeah.
Drum corps wise, I have Ulster Scottish lifting it. Just same again from watching the videos of them playing this year.
Yeah.
There seemed to be this last 2 worlds, they went from 5th to 3rd. And I just reckon they might peak. But just as people mentioning there, like personal preferences, all in all said, I love what Buck and Peterson's doing his drum corps. Yes, I'm competing in that grade, but you can still have your favourites.
You can. Absolutely you can. Yeah.
I love what Buchan's playing this year. Like, it's just watching out Dumbarton and all, and then I had to remember, I need to go practice myself.
You know, have to go and play against that. Yeah.
Yeah. You just stand there like you're in a smaller grade staring at them going, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so shout out to Buck and Peterson. Absolutely. Yeah. Very musical band. So, Scott, I have to ask then, what is it like being in that circle in the ridiculous grade, though? Very tough.
It's tough. As I say, this is our 3rd season now. So we're still kind of finding our feet in the grade. It's hard at home. There's only really us, Manor, and sometimes St. Joseph's comes up. So it's more when you go to majors, you get more of a feel. But I think the Worlds is more interesting this year because obviously we're playing on the Friday now. 2 qualifiers, and then if you do get through the qualification, as Ewan said earlier, that qualification already is technically a win in a roundabout way. And then if you get the chance, you go again on the Saturday and play your alternate MSR and your medley, and then combined scores tells you where you finish up. So it's going to be interesting. I think
it is.
I think we have a chance. I know any band in our grade will say it, but I can only go off the work I see that we're putting in and how we've upped our game in this past couple of weeks, pushing towards that Friday. So it's down to us.
There you
That's
go.
literally where we want to play on Saturday or not. So
you're in the fight anyway, Scott, and that's the point. Yeah,
in the dog fight. So it is. But honestly, it's a bit like 4B. Not saying anything against any R grade. It's like the Wild West. You know, you could throw a stone and pick any band and give it to them.
100%. Yeah, I completely agree. I think everyone in that ridiculous grade, on their day could absolutely stomp it and win it. Yeah, you're 100% on the money. But that qualifying is an X factor that we haven't seen in a while. You're quite right to mention that.
It's very daunting.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, so absolutely. Because your weekend could essentially be over by the Friday, and you just don't know how it's all going to run. So, yeah, good luck to everyone in that grade 2 bracket, including yourself, Oracle. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Cammy, what about yourself then for the ridiculous grade? Who have you got?
I'm going to buck the trend a little bit for the winner, and I'm going to go for the Pipe Band Club of Australia. There
you go.
I think we'll do it. I think just again listen to recordings. It's just a phenomenal sound they're putting out.
Yeah.
The pipe sound, the drone sound is for me is a grade 1 sound. It's just incredible. Obviously, not to discredit how unbelievable Annan have been. I don't think they'll be far away at all. I think it'll be quite tight between the two. Obviously, winning the last 3 majors, like why wouldn't Annan be in with a shout? I was just the other day listening to another podcast. The lead drummer, Davey Sheridan, I think his name was Sheridan. Maybe pronounced that wrong. He was speaking to Andy Laird and just talking about how relaxed the band feels. I was like, and why wouldn't you? You know, you're going in as front runners to the grade, so I think they'll certainly be in there for drumming. I think it'd be hard to look past Buck and Peterson. They've been really, really good. I think they've won at least 1 drumming major this year, and they have been excellent. But again, you could you could just rattle off 20 odd bands in that grade. There's just so much excellence.
100%.
Manor Cunningham, a little bit underrated, have been really good this season. And obviously the other overseas bands, Celtic and North Stratton, and obviously City of Dunedin and Ulster Scottish have all just been fantastic. But there could be another 2 or 3 bands that could sneak into the final and just do a job. Lagan being one of them. They could. There's just so many. There is so many good bands in the grade, so it's really impressive. Try to think of just all of the names. You could actually just even Colburn. Colburn had a second in piping at Dumbarton, which is just so impressive. And obviously Uddingston, Craig Laurie wanting to go out with a bang, perhaps. So yeah, just loads of good stuff. But I'll stick my neck on the line. Pipe Band Club Australia will win grade 2.
I love it. That's brilliant. And here, I'm hoping you have bragging rights on the wrap-up pod. That's brilliant, Cammy. Yeah. Ewan, I'm going to throw it to yourself, mate. Who have you got your eye on?
No surprise. I went with Royal Borough of Annan, and also for the drumming, Royal Borough of Annan. The dark horses, yep. I went, ironically, Ulster Scots, North Stratton, and Buchan Peterson.
Yes, there you go.
But,
all good shouts. Yeah. There's been another band, and I'm just going to throw this in the mix here and just see what the reaction is. I don't know if you want to turn your mics on or not in case you swear. But what about Texo, D-Side Caledonia? Again, another band that's been strong this year,
Totally agree with you there.
Yeah, totally agree.
They have been so strong this year, and I've read them in the prizes quite a number of times, and just keep an eye on them. Also, Denny and Donnypace as well. Also, especially domestically at minor competitions, have had a real good run. I'm being mean now. I'm throwing an extra couple of names at you. But Adrian, has that messed up your list then, mate? What about you? Who have you got for grade 2?
Well, I have Annan for the win. And for dark horses, I have Ulster Scottish and North Stratton.
There you go. Yeah.
But I think anyone that qualifies from the Friday, they're all in with a good chance of lifting it.
Yeah, 100%. So do your best to stay out of the beer tent. You do
I'm
have
the
to play
same as
again.
Scott with the drumming. I think maybe Ulster Scottish.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's some common names coming through here. Bands that we're excited to see because we've seen previous recordings of them and we know that they can do the business. And Ulster Scottish are definitely one of them. Yeah. North Stratton as well. Other bands that we've mentioned, Buchan Peterson, Celtic, all those bands, yeah, for sure. There's so many bands in the mix. I think Cammy said it best. It's a grade of excellence here. That you're not going to get mistakes and errors and things like that. It's very similar to grade 1. From that point of view, it's musical preference. It's what the judge likes to hear and wants to hear. Do you know what I mean? So it's subjective. So, Scott, to all of you folks there at the Lagan, best of luck. Have a good tune. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and to everyone else in that grade, good luck. I think it's going to be an insanely competitive weekend in grade 2. Yikes. All right, well, speaking of insanely competitive weekends, we're about to get into the mess that is grade 1. Oh, what a season. Grade 1 has been such a story for grade 1 with every one of these big guns in there. They absolutely have their own story. Every band has a reason that they could lift it. Do you know what I mean? Like I've went through this list of all of the entries so far, and every one of these bands has the potential of lifting it. And they have the argument to say, here's why. And I think, because listen to this kind of thing. And it's been insane to watch as a pundit in grade 1. I am going to throw open the doors to the Oracle. I'm going to let you lead out, mate, with the top flight. Who are your predictions for winner, dark horse, and drum corps? Lay it on us, Oracle.
For winning, I have the Field Marshal Montgomery.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
The first shout for the FM. Yes.
I just think it would be nice for them all. New pipe major, new lead drummer, bands the same again. Started off good season, progressed on and on and on. Inverary snuck the last major, but I still think Field Marshal have enough in the tank to just say, This one's ours.
Yeah. I like the way you put that. Just give me that. Yeah. Yeah.
Dark Horseways, ball calls nipping at the heels all season.
They have. They've been.
I know there'll be
people.
There'll be people saying you never mentioned Inverary, but somebody else will mention them.
Yeah.
And then Dark Horseways too. I always have to go for one of my all-time favorite bands, Simon Fraser University.
Yeah, there you go.
You knew even before I spoke.
Yeah.
Drum corps wise, again, love what Willie Glenholmes has brought to the back end of Field Marshal. So I would love to see them lifted, and if not, Reid Maxwell, Simon Fraser. One of the best. Personally, my favorite bass section in like all pipe bands.
Yeah. So it's hard to deny, Scott. You're quite right. Yeah. I don't know. Has anybody heard a lot of the recordings that Simon Fraser have been putting up on their socials this last while?
Skagit Valley and stuff like that.
Yeah, like they're really.
Yeah.
The Return to Barra medley?
Yeah.
It's just
come on. It's ridiculous. It's like watching an orchestra. It's insanely good. Anyway, but yes, a good list there, Scott. But you're putting your money all on one horse, Field Marshal. All right, I like it. Adrian, I'm going to throw it to you, mate. Who have you got then for the top flight?
I have Inverary for lifting it.
Defending champions will retain their title. Oh, I love that.
And
okay.
Dark Horses will be Field Marshal and Shots.
Good shout.
I'd have Shots in there, so I would.
Yeah, Shots, absolutely. With the way they started the 2026 season with lifting that major, with ones right across the board, they left no room for doubt.
No.
They were the best band in the park that day. And then listening back to that recording, wow, I have no words for it. It's still heavily requested on Fuse, so I agree. Who have you got for drum corps?
I have two. I have Field Marshal or possibly Slot from Lawrence Hill.
Yes. Shout out to Stephen and the guys there. Yeah. Good call. All right, Adrian, I like it. All right, Ewan, what about you, mate? Who have you got for the top flight?
All of the above. Actually, I'm going to say weather dependent.
Oh.
So if it ends up being a coldish day, I'm going to say Field Marshal. But if it's a good, warm, nice day, I'm actually going to say SFU, Simon Fraser, for the win.
Right. Yeah. Okay. You think the kind of conditions will favour the Canadians rather than the Northern Irish, I guess?
I think so. It's just a temperature thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, although our summers are getting hotter, so the bands are getting used to the
True.
But I just think if it ends up being the forecast has been quite colder, is it going to work for our
like
foreign
that.
friends? But yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But for drums, I've gone with Stevie Crichton, St. Lawrence O'Toole.
Yes, go on, St. Lawrence.
I toyed with the idea between Slot and Bog Hall. I really, I think they could maybe do it. Dark Horses, Bog Hall, People's Four, Buckle and Bathgate, and Inverary. Because I think now, they've had a taste of a major now. They'll be like, oh well, wait a minute, we're back up at the top, so they'll all be pushing for it,
They will, of course. I think with Inverary and District's win at the Scottish Championships is an interesting one to look at because the Scottish was the first one where they had to play both sets that day. Every other major you play one set and you walk away. I think. Isn't that right? Or is that stuff that Rab got wrong? I believe that's the case. So I think that's an interesting dynamic, that one, because it shows consistency across the board. And that's what we found with World Championships. It's the band, not who essentially wins the medley or wins the MSR. It's the one that can be the most consistent over the course of the weekend, So stamina comes into play. And you're quite right. Conditions could also come into it as well. Yeah. Right. Siobhan, you're looking utterly perplexed here. Have we confused you? Who have you got on your list then for grade one?
So I've basically had the same as everybody else for the winner. The Field Marshal is just, insane piping this year. I know I'm a drummer, but just insane piping this year. And their drumming has just also matched it. It's just been, just a total package. But for drum corps, I actually had Boggle.
Ooh,
I love what they've been doing this year, and especially in their midsection, it's just so yeah, just fun.
I'd have to agree with you. But People's Forward Bog on Back's mid-section, their bass section, it's something else. Yeah. The flourishing, all of it, the beats, it's just amazing. Yeah, ensemble-wise, fantastic. Yeah, I agree, Siobhan. A good list there. Cammy, I'm going to have to go to you. Oh, no, you don't want me to pick you now?
I don't know.
Yeah, grade one. Go on ahead. You're my next victim.
So you kind of took the words out of my mouth a little bit, Rab, just to touch on the consistency. It's all about being consistent across those 4 runs. So on that note, I think for me, the band has probably been the most consistent of being right in there in the top 3 all year. Maybe not won a major yet, but it's been right in the fight, and I think will be the most consistent across the 4 days. And I think it'll be really tight. But I'm going to go with St. Lawrence O'Toole to win the world.
Wow! Mate.
Huge call. So, yeah. And I think it'll be incredibly tight. I think it'll be a couple of points across the 4 runs.
Yeah.
But you just look at the prize list, even at Dumbarton between Medley and MSR. Inveraray were second across both, but it was enough to win it.
Yeah, exactly.
Balcall were first in the MSR and 6th in the medley. It's so hard to be consistent across 8 judges. Never mind 16 judges. So for me, that's what I'm going to go with. But I also think, in agreement, that SFU have just been phenomenal. So I would go with them in a really close second. For the drumming, I probably would go with Slot as well, but I would say Balcall are right in there. And then Dark Horse 2, I think Fife, again, have always been right in there. They've not lifted that major yet, but they're just chapping at the door year in, year out. And then the other Dark Horse, just from recordings, it's just Hawthorne. How good have Hawthorne been in recordings? They obviously with Stevie Shedden being, having won the World Solo MSR, the drum corps, he's got I'm not a drummer in any sense of the imagination, although Stuart will know that I am a learner drummer.
Hey.
I've got stick and pads, so really good at that. But yeah, it's such a good band to listen to. And I think they'll win? I don't know, but I just think they'll just come on and have 4 good performances. But yeah, again, stick my neck out a little bit. I think Slot, I'll just nick it, but it'll be, I say, across the top 4 or top 6. It'll be so tight, and the worlds could come down to ensemble preference combined.
I think so,
and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
it's just so tight across those sort of top 5, top 6 bands at the moment. So, yeah, that's what I'll go with.
It's down to musical preference. It's not down to there's a bad F there, or the drones are off, or there's someone dropped a stick or something, or went into the wrong part. You're not going to get that in grade 1. It's whether you like the music or not, and I'm going to jump in with my own predictions here, Stuart. I'm leaving you to the end, mate, so no pressure. I'm going to jump in with my own predictions because this year I'm going with my gut. In previous years, I've went through results and analytics and all of that kind of stuff throughout the season, going by form. But this time round, I'm going on just my gut as to what I've enjoyed listening to this season. And Cammy, I agree with you. I think St. Lawrence O'Toole could possibly lift it this year. Just for that consistency reason. Their MSR playing is amazing, and their medley selection, don't even get me started. What I heard at the All-Ireland Championships this year, I don't think I've ever heard before. That was, I don't know. I don't have words to describe it. It was nearly like a religious experience standing there watching this. Like, it was nearly drawn tears from me. It was something else. So St. Lawrence O'Toole, that consistency package, I believe, could be potential winners. Right, so I'm ready for you all to laugh at me now and say, stuff it round. Right, so I guess we'll find out whenever the Worlds happens. But Dark Horses, of course, Field Marshal Montgomery are going to be in that discussion. Of course, 2 major titles under their belt. And the fight that they give St. Lawrence at the All-Irelands, I don't think I'll ever forget it. Both bands definitely brought their A game. Such a stellar run. As for drum corps, I think St. Lawrence O'Toole definitely will be in the mix there for drum corps. I do have to mention I'm a huge Reid Maxwell fan. And I think Simon Fraser University will be in there in the conversation. But that's not also to count out Bog Hall, Field Marshal, of course, as well, their drum corps. So many good corps in there, seriously. Inverary and District, of course, their drum corps as well. What Stephen's been doing with the backline ensemble-wise, come on, that Dream Valley medley still draws the goosebumps from folks. It's something special. And come on, Police Scotland Fife and that Grands medley, I don't know how many times I've played it on the radio now. I'm nearly sick of playing it. It gets requested that many times. But yeah, their backline's amazing. But for me, potential winner, I'm going to predict St. Lawrence O'Toole. There you are. My eggs all in one basket. Stuart, I'm going to leave the final thoughts with the top flight for you, buddy. Who have you got then as potential winners?
Well, after about 4 or 5 attempts, I'm just going to go by the last one. I think FM will win it. Yeah, Inverary. It will be between the two of them. Inverary from Dumbarton, as they say. I think they've started to put it back where they were or where they should be.
Yes.
SFU for the drums.
Okay. Yeah.
I've heard recordings, and I think, yeah, it'll be between them and St. Lawrence O'Toole, definitely. And the dark horse is Hawthorne, simply for what the recordings I've heard, and it's absolutely, it's another level again.
It is. Yeah. And I think throughout this conversation, not just for the top flight, but for all grade levels, it's the international element that we're not aware of. Those bands that we haven't actually seen in person. We can only go with the recordings we see online, and it's all well and good, I guess, but you don't really get a full flavour of what that band's capable of until you see them in person. So that's one thing we're going to say here. There's so many bands that we haven't shouted out on our prediction pod because we simply haven't seen them. And we are so excited to see you all. I have no doubt I'll be running about, as they say here in Northern Ireland, like a blue arse fly, trying to view every band possible. But then I also have pipes to blow as well in the middle of all of this. So I don't know how I'm going to do all that. Anyway, but folks, that's it for our World's Prediction Pod. It's crazy how quick that went. So thank you all for doing your homework. What I would ask you to do, though, is to keep your lists. Keep a hold of them. Don't chuck them in the bin, because we will be back again next week for our World Championship wrap-up podcast as we talk all about the competition and how dreadfully wrong we got our predictions. There you are. So any final thoughts then ahead of the Big Yin rolling into this weekend's World Championships? Siobhan, I'm going to throw it forward to yourself first of all. Are you excited for this weekend's championship?
Yes. I'm very excited. I'm very gutted I can't be there. Obviously, I wish I could, but very excited. Definitely going to see if I can catch some recordings wherever I can. And yeah, just good luck to everyone over there.
Excellent stuff. No doubt you'll possibly be watching the live stream online with Mr. Christmas, Bob Worrell. Yeah?
Yes.
There you go. Do not take part in the drinking game, by the way. I've seen the new one that Waken District introduced. You'll be drinking every 3 seconds. So well, yeah, don't do that, Siobhan. No. Stuart, what about yourself, man? Are you looking forward to this weekend?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Just to get our hat in the ring and see how we get on in our grade. And obviously, good luck to everybody that's playing.
Yeah, 100%. So, and then Scott, what about you, buddy? You looking forward to the weekend?
I'm the same. It's just nervy with this new setup for grade 2, but same as Stuart says with himself, it's like just looking forward to get into it, see how you get on, and good luck to everybody else. But the one thing I always love about the Worlds away from the playing aspect is meeting old friends, meeting new friends.
Yeah, the people.
And then getting ready for the Portaloo review after.
Of course, yes, that's vitally important, you know.
So it is, but no, good luck to everybody, and thanks for having me on again.
No problem. Cammy, what about you, mate? Are you looking forward to this weekend?
Oh, massively, yeah. You know, it's ultimately it's our big weekend, isn't it? It's the pipe band's big sort of swan song into the season. It brings everyone together. So, yeah, on a band level, we're really looking forward to it. We've worked really hard throughout the season, and especially in the build up to the World. So we're just going to give it one last massive push, and if we get through that qualifier, we'll be delighted. but just looking forward to the whole weekend. And especially the Friday as well, just getting, especially with Grade 2 being there now, just getting to go and listen to bands. All as a competitor at a major championship, it's sometimes tough to listen to all the bands, especially with myself and Stuart. We support our Grade 4B band, and then we've got to go and compete ourselves. So just looking at like a day like Dumbarton, the 4B had their qualifier, they made it out into their final, and then we had to play ourselves. So that's kind of your whole day written off.
That's
so
3 different performances, yeah.
To get the Friday to just go and enjoy, being in the final tuning of Grade 1 or whatever it might be, and to get to listen to all the novice bands as well later on in the afternoon of Friday. Just really looking forward to it. And it's going to be a good day, and just hopefully the weather looks okay for now. Hopefully it'll be all right weather-wise, but that's just like that. We could have a whole prediction podcast on just the weather, I think.
We could do, yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll just play that one by ear, but yeah, really looking forward to it.
Good stuff, yeah. Best of luck. So, Ewan, you're hoping for good weather, so then your prediction would come through for SFU? Is that right?
I hope so. Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah. But I'm excited, and I'm lucky. I'm the only non-competing member in the team, so I'm actually spoilt for choice. What am I going to go and listen to?
I guess the biggest problem, though.
The difficult point for me is where am I going to listen to? And as much as I wish all you guys all the best, well, if you've not qualified, make sure your cameras are out, guys. That sounds a bit selfish, but yeah, I really can't wait. I'm so, it's like a bear at Christmas time. I'm just counting down the hours now, so it's like,
brilliant.
Let's crack on. Yeah,
love that. Adrian, what about you, mate? You looking forward to hitting the circuit like me? I'm nervous at this point already.
Yeah, same here. Looking forward to see how we fare up against the rest of the grade.
Yeah, that's it. I think the last chance Tullylagan 4B had a chance at a major championship was at the UK's. We haven't played any of ours across the water in Scotland, so and whenever we did play at that major here, we lifted it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Will we get an opportunity at the Worlds? Who knows? But I think top of the priority list is to hopefully qualify, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. Also, shout out to Louise as well. I know we kind of piled on the pressure there at the beginning. Apologies, Louise. But yeah, best of luck. And to everyone that we've mentioned in this week's pod, if we have mentioned you, great. If we haven't mentioned you, that's also great, because then what you can do is you can walk in there and lift it and prove us all wrong. And then you can send us a cheeky email and going, ha, I told you so. You're all stupid. I won. Yeah. So I would look forward to reading out those emails to going, hi, look how much stuff that Rab got wrong. Yeah, but we do know how much stuff the Oracle is going to get correct, though. Not right, Scott?
No, don't vouch on it. Don't bet on it. Don't be sending angry emails to Rab.
No, there you go. So, folks, honestly, this podcast has been a bit of fun. It's not to be taken seriously. So we are not intentionally out to offend people by omitting them. That is not our intention here. It's just a bit of fun. So, just again, I want to reiterate a huge thank you to all of the Big Rab Show team for making this episode 500 possible. Shout out to all of our sponsors, of course, as well, and the G1 Reads. Yeah, this show would not exist without them. So we're going to wrap things up here at this point. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on the call for the prediction pod. This has been a lot of fun. And I will see you all on the grass in Glasgow. And have a good tune, everyone. Best of luck. And I will see you all in next week's pod, where we wrap everything up with a Portaloo review. Yeah. All right, folks. We'll see you all in the next one. Until then, all the best. Well, that's it for another Big Rab Show podcast. Thanks so much for downloading this week. And a special thank you to our sponsor, G1 Reads. Played by bands around the world, they are the champion's choice. Check out g1reads.com for all of your piping needs. Don't forget to check out thebigrabshow.com as we keep you across everything in the bagpiping world each and every day. So until next week, folks, we'll see you right here on the Big Rab Show podcast. All the best.